everyone, now here. Welcome back to a new cosplay showcase video. This time it is my Gabbi Gabbi cosplay from Toy Story 4. I made this cosplay back in June, I guess. Yes, it was June. And then it was finished and I never came around shooting it because I was kind of frustrated that I actually don't have a matching location for her. Gabbi Gabbi is the kind of villainy character, and then turns out not to be really a villain anyways, of Toy Story 4. I love that movie, I love the whole Toy Story franchise, but Gabbi Gabbi was definitely my favorite from Toy Story 4. I don't know, I kind of really like her story of never having like a child who loved her because she was defect from the beginning, and then of course she grabbed Woody's voice box, which was kind of mean, but honestly Woody doesn't need it anymore, so yeah, anyways, I made this cosplay, and as in the movie she's kind of like all the time in this antique store, and then at the end she's just at the like fun fair together with the other characters. And what choice do I have like to shoot this? Like right now I don't have anyone who has like an antique store or anything, so I have only the opportunity to go out in the wild like as I did with my other cosplays, and it doesn't match actually. Like where should I go? In the forest? At a lake? She's a doll, she's an antique, or not really an antique, let's say she's a vintage doll, and I would love to have like an antique store to shoot it, but I don't have it. So as it's kind of getting cold, the weather already, so it's coming to, the summer is coming to a close, but today was still a very nice day and I have a day off today, so I thought, okay, I just put the cosplay on. First time I did the makeup, and then do a little bit of shooting, and I took these like yellow flowers here, I think in German it's called Goldregen, to match her dress. And actually, as this is the cosplay showcase video, I want to show you what the whole costume is about. So let's switch back to my home and see you in the end. After the shooting, I just had to get the dogs from my parents because they went out and I have to take care of them now. So now Gabbi Gabbi is a dog sitter. Hi, I'm back home, and here is the detail portion of this video. As you can probably imagine, there aren't like many details. I can just count down the things that you have. You have the dress, you've got the shoes, socks, and the wig with the two bows in the pigtails. Not much, but let's start with the dress, which is obviously the main piece and the main thing that needed to be correct. So the first thing was that I really needed to get a good fabric for this. So it is a yellow fabric. It's just like normal cotton, not thin and not too stiff, like normal, whatever, like what you get everywhere, which is okay for this dress, because you know, if you remember what your doll dresses like in the childhood, what your dolls were wearing, that's pretty much the best fabric that you can get for that. Yellow and with white dots, as actually like she is doll sized, and whenever you have like a doll sized thing but you put like actual fabric onto it, then the fabric would need to be like the dots would probably be bigger, but I didn't get anything with bigger dots. These were like the biggest white dots that I could get. And also I didn't want a yellow that is too bright, like too, I don't know, too lemony yellow or something. I wanted it a little bit like more into the really sunny, or a little bit orangey color, because that looks more, a little bit more vintagey, and she's supposed to be a vintage doll from the 50s, right? So yeah, it consists of like this upper part here, like bodice, then this white stripe, which is like around the like the chest area, and then a flared skirt. The skirt is actually not really like circle skirt. It is less than that. Maybe I zoom in a little bit. So this is one part here, seams just sides, so side seams. And as I said, it's not a full circle skirt, it's a little bit less, but then the back has a little bit more fabric. And I gathered it here at the back part to create a little bit more volume, just because, you know, I also have booty and I like to have a little bit more volume in the back. What I also did is to shorten it a little bit in the front and have it a little bit longer in the back, which is not super noticeable maybe, but it helps, because although it might look like a long skirt because it starts right here, but it is a very short skirt. It is very short, super mini, and it helps when it is a little bit longer in the back. Yeah, it has a the first layer is actually a white like underskirt, but it's not an underskirt. It's also sewn in here. If you can see that here are two seams, that is because I miscalculated the length, because that was a little bit of a tricky thing, that the underskirt peeks out a little bit. Also with the lace, here is some very simple rounded lace. It peeks out a little bit, but it doesn't peek out too much, so that's why I put in some longer parts here. That's, as you don't see it, it doesn't matter, but I also make mistakes. It was done too short, you didn't see that, and then I put it in here, so no one will ever notice, right? Unless you watch this video. Yeah, this is actually, this here, as it sits directly on my chest, I wish I would have made it a little bit bigger, or a tiny little bit deeper, because this is now the area which I'm not that comfortable with, because as it sits on my chest and then it like it stands and you look pretty much like pregnant. Which she's not, obviously, but it looks like this, because obviously a doll doesn't have like boobies at all. She's like a baby doll, or like for small girls, like not baby but children's small doll, and but I have boobies and I don't want to like bind them away as I did for male cosplays like years and years ago. So I did it like, I made it kind of super flat, and now I always have to like put it in the right place in between photos, so that's not the best version. I wish I would have made it maybe 1 or 2 centimeters lower, it would have helped. And also the back part, there's something which I'm not that comfortable with, as it goes up here. I wish I would have made it like more like straight here or a little bit down. I thought this is what it is with Gabbi Gabbi, but it is not. When I watched the movie again and I saw her from the back, I was like, oh shit, it's actually not going up. It's more going down actually, but this is now how it is. Then it has this cool collar here with a very short button placket, one button, and it opens up in the back. This is really a functioning button placket, but at first I thought I make it a little bit smaller, and I like put the whole construction around this smaller button placket, which would be around like maybe 3 centimeters. And then I was like, no, this is too small, this is too not wide enough, because actually it needs to be kind of big, because the details on a small doll would be then big details. And that's why I, like in the last minute, when I was sewing the button placket, I decided to go for a wider one, and then obviously the whole construction wasn't working, so it's now not as wide as this one in the back. But you never open this, so you will never see it. I could have also gone with like a complete fake button placket, but for some reason, I don't know, I constructed a real one. You see that down here. Because I don't need it to get in. So the button is sewn on to both layers, you can't open it. And it is also sewn on here with some hand stitches. And I don't need it to get in, because of the construction in the back. Because the back, as you can see, the collar is not really closed here. It's open, and then you can, oh my gosh, with one hand, yeah. You can open it up with these small plastic buttons here, these small snap buttons here, which kind of really look like what dolls would have on their clothes, actually. So that's totally okay. Although, like it would actually be like, as this one is actually kind of big, she would probably have like bigger buttons, but I just had these small ones and they absolutely work. As you can see here, it is kind of tight for my mannequin. It fits me definitely better than it fits her, because like this mannequin is not really my size. This mannequin has like a smaller like hip and waist, but a way bigger like shoulder part. So yeah, it opens up until here, and that totally is enough for me to get in this dress, because when I wearing it, I put it on like over like my head and not from the bottom. Yeah. Here from the inside, very easy. I just like put the pull that you like, the string, not the pull, the string that you pull, and with this ring here for her voice box, which is actually kind of important in the movie, which is not working, or inside her voice box is not working. This would also be the part that you open, and then underneath there would be the voice box. Anyways, I think I managed to do kind of good with like these stitches here and everything to make it like resemble a real like doll dress. As I said, here it is gathered. There's also some other places that are a little bit gathered, just to get all of this width into the white band. The collar is like, has a small Steg, don't know the English word, underneath, that it stands up a little bit more and it's not completely flat like a Peter Pan collar. It doesn't have a button here, but that's what it is with Gabbi Gabbi. She doesn't have one. It also more or less looks like this. Yeah. Should I tell you a secret? The secret is actually, that's not a secret, but it was like the most difficult thing ever to get this dress on the mannequin. It actually doesn't fit the mannequin. For me, it's quite easy to get it over my shoulders, but you know, my shoulders, I can bend and move my shoulders. This is so stiff here, obviously, and it's so wide that actually with the opening in the back, just until the chest area, it was so hard to get it over here. I I needed to remove all the stitches here and open it up here and then squeeze it over. I'm happy that I didn't rip anything, and I'm not sure if I can get it out again, like get it off again. But I really wanted to show it to you like on the mannequin, like all of my others, like all my other costumes. To be honest, there's one more cosplay which I will never be able to show you on the mannequin, which is my Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty, the Disney cosplay. It's also, I can get it over my head and over my shoulders, but as this is like stiff and wide, and obviously it doesn't also go from the hip, like from the bottom up, I can also not show you this at a mannequin. Anyways, it is on. That's good. Actually, the next thing are these shoes. I got them off eBay from a like it was a Chinese seller, and they were listed as like Lolita shoes, like got the Lolita Japanese fashion stuff like that, kawaii, something like that, and they were yellow and they were kind of cool. And actually her shoes are really like flat, but I don't mind having a little bit of a wedge platform kind of thing. And here with this strap, this was all good. And I was really surprised when I was thinking like, oh, it's from China, it will take like, I don't know, a month or something to get here. And then it was here the next week. Seems they have like a warehouse in Germany, this eBay seller, and already have stuff over here. And that's why it arrived so quickly. So that was amazing. I didn't like expect that. But then the color wasn't what I wanted actually. They were really like super bright yellow, like more like citron yellow, something like that. And that would be okay if the dress would have been the same, but as I said, I wanted the dress to be a little bit like of a darker pink, and not a pink, darker yellow, and not this super bright lemony color kind of yellow. They didn't match at all, and I had an idea, like I needed to color them, but they are like this shiny material. And you can't just like take your acrylic color and put it over. I did that for my peppermint rose, but you saw that rubs off easily. I didn't want that for these. I had an idea, and it kind of worked. I used Copic various ink color. Maybe you know those Copic markers. I still have them from my time when I was like drawing a lot of like manga, anime style characters and stuff like that. They are really cool, and you can refill them with these colors. And I happen to have this one, golden yellow, or one like a darker shade of yellow, I don't know, in this various ink. I don't have it anymore because now it's empty. I emptied it. And I put this over like on a sponge, and then like really carefully put it on the shoe, and it worked. It stays this really like shiny material, but this takes the color and it stays on there. It was just really difficult to get it like very even, so I had a lot of like stripes then, because some parts got a little bit darker, some stayed a little bit lighter. When I went over it, it got darker overall. That was not my favorite, but it was like okay. And then I saw like, oh, now it is like way too orange for this dress. But I was like, okay, just leave it there. And actually today, when I put them on and I saw it again, that this was like way too orangey in my books at least, I was like, okay, let's try out something else. Let's try to remove it again. Let me take this. I took this Terpentin ersatz, which is actually, I still have it from my Shakti headpiece, which I used for thinning the not the latex, but the like the silicone. It's like a remover kind of essence, but it is not as strong as like something like those nail polish remover essences. I don't know what these terms there. It's not as aggressive, and I use these cotton pad thingies and try to remove the Copic Berries ink on here, and it actually it removed it just a little bit and made it like it evened it out. So now it has the perfect color, so I couldn't remove it like completely, which was good. It was an accident. I didn't even know that it would work so well, but it worked perfectly. So it made the color kind of even, still a little bit darker places here, but it removed the color just enough to get the correct yellow. I think, I don't know in this lighting, but it should be okay, I guess. So that was like an unexpected accident, which turned out really well then in the end. So I learned definitely that you can use this various ink from Copic for the for like shoes that are this I don't know what is it called, like varnish kind of overcoat, this really glossy, those glossy shoes. And if it is not even enough the color, then you can remove it with this Terpentin ersatz essence liquid thingy. Not really remove it, but remove it enough to get the correct color. That was like, I'm really happy how it turned out now. Yeah, what else belongs to the costume? The socks. That's actually something I not have to do much for, because I already had these socks. These are just simple white socks. These are just simple white socks. They are like, have a little bit of a like ripped fabric, and then they have these cute ruffles or ruffle laces at the top, and when you like fold them down, or the other way around, actually this is how it is correct, they reveal another like ruffle. And they were from H&M, from the children's department, like years and years ago, because I used to and still wear these kind of socks sometimes when they look out of like when they peek out of like shoes like that are cute, and like especially during my like gyaru, especially sweet gyaru, Roma gyaru, like romantic gyaru styles, I used to wear these kind of socks a lot. So they are perfect for Gabbi Gabbi. They fold down and then in the shoes, so didn't have to do much for that, and I'm pretty sure you could get these kind of socks like cheap wherever on eBay. Just you search for lace socks or frilly socks or something. Yeah. The wig. The wig is a like kind of natural colored red brownish like auburn kind of colored wig. I had it already laying around, like a lot of my stuff. I think I bought it way back for like one of the Weasleys. I did a Ron Weasley cosplay from Harry Potter, and one of my friends wanted to do Ginny, and but then in the end her wig arrived, and I had this spare wig which I then wanted to use actually for Claire Dearing from Jurassic World, and I never did that cosplay, and now I used it for Gabbi Gabbi. It's a perfect color. I styled it in these two pigtails. I think they could be a little bit shorter, but I think I will leave it like that. Tried to like do them the way that they are not just like open, and they are a little bit like together, like here at the bottom, and they are shaped to make this round thing, and that they also kind of look like adults. I doll hair that is not perfect anymore, that has combed through, or maybe actually not, because she was just laying in a box. She never, like Gabbi Gabbi, never had a child to comb her hair. But anyways, then I cut this like these bangs. It doesn't sit right on the head here right now. Anyways, it is really short. It doesn't look like short, but it's really a very short one. It's really a very short, or it is really short bangs actually. And again, my trick to not show the net under, like the net of the wig, I left out some of the hair to not put in those pigtails, and I cut it like kind of short, a little bit layered. If maybe you can see it here, this hair, and then put it over all of the stuff where you could actually see the net peeking through. But that's the best I can do. Then of course you don't have a parting here, but most of the photos of cosplays are not taken from the back view, so there is a parting a little bit here. That was enough for me. And then this here, I left some of the hair a little bit loose to play around your ear or somewhere, that it is that it covers up these parts that don't look too unnatural. I mean, it is a doll, it looks unnatural anyways. But yeah, and then I put these two bows in there. These I also made them myself. I got nice fabric. I think from the look of the character in the movie, I thought it probably must be some kind of velvet, and I didn't get like a white velvet, but I got this, it could be, I don't know what the real term is. In German I say Nicky, so it is like a stretchy, velvety, which is like a cheaper version. Maybe it's velveteen, I don't know, but it's actually two bows, one behind the other, and both of them are like this bow where you have it like all around. It's not just one layer, it is actually now like 4 layers, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the middle. And then I put it onto a elastic, which I put on, like there's another like really hair tie, a black one underneath, to really hold it in place. And yeah, that's actually what I did. It's something which I'm absolutely okay with how the wig looks. The bangs could be a little bit more rounded, but I didn't want to use some heating tools like curling iron or something, because this is, I used it here for this shape, but in the front, the bangs, it was like, oh, I'm not comfortable enough to try to do that. So, but yeah, that's the wig. Yeah, something else that I wanted to show you is, like, because I was just wearing the costume today, I still have my makeup on, my Gabbi Gabbi makeup. Maybe you have already realized that my eyebrows look a little bit different, and my makeup kind of looks a little bit different. I don't have the contacts in there because they are so worn out. I couldn't stand them for a minute longer after I came back home. Anyways, but yes, I would be wearing like blue contact lenses, but the rest is still the same. I don't know how really well you can see that, but I did like really thin eyebrows, which are higher than my actual eyebrows. I didn't want to put them like too high, because then it would be like you couldn't like really, like I couldn't really figure out where the bangs would sit, and then maybe they would like not be noticeable anymore. But it was the correct length of the bangs, like around here, and then the higher eyebrows, which are like really thin. Maybe you already know that, because I've said that in my Ahsoka makeup tutorial. I don't have like eyebrows I have to cover up to make other eyebrows for my costumes. That's really, yeah, I'm really lucky that way, because my eyebrows are super like light and thin anyways. I don't have much eyebrows like over here, and just like a little bit in the middle, and I kind of shave them off anyways, not completely. I also still have them here, but you can't really see them, right? They are short and light, and yeah, that's why I don't have to take care of like covering up eyebrows. I can't give you any tips, I never do that. Then just very simple, a little bit of like brownish eyeshadow and stuff like that. And I'm only pronouncing the upper lid in terms of like lashes. The lower line here is without lashes, and my own lashes, which are blonde, I didn't like put any mascara on, because this is how like the doll kind of like Gabbi Gabbi looks like. She has top lashes, and then on the bottom there's nothing. I also put like fake eyelashes, really natural looking ones. I first tried out some that are more like bushy, but that didn't do the job well. The ones I have now on are actually from Dollywink. This is a Japanese brand, Dollywink number 31 Airy Doll. They're really, like as I said, airy and natural looking, but they do the job, I think, really well. Then I just did blush. I put it more or less over here, like in this area, because she has a really like pronounced, small but cute nose. I don't have that. Same as with Ahsoka, I'm trying to like do it here darker and then this part lighter. It's in that lighting situation you can't really see that because it's already super dark outside. Although I have all available lights here, it still is not the best. And she has freckles. She actually has, I think, 6 freckles on each side, and then on the nose also 6. So that's what I also did. And yeah, I just used like my normal like eyebrow pencil, and then my eyeliner to do them in brown. And just a very natural kind of orangey red lip color. Yeah, but this was the main thing I wanted to show you. This is the makeup I did. That's why I look a little bit different. Maybe nobody noticed it, but I think these eyebrows look a little bit hilarious. Eyebrow acting. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that I did the shooting today. I would really like to do a shooting like in a better like location, something like an antique store, but I can't just go to a local, like my local antique mall or antique store and ask, hey, can I do a shooting here? Hell no. I mean, there are like antiques that I would probably then fall over and crash into the antique mirror or something. They probably would not approve that. So if you have a good tip, what you think where I could do like a shooting for Gabbi Gabbi, which would make more sense, like maybe next year or whenever, like small like fun fairs or something like that are back, maybe that would be an option, because in the end of the movie, right, they are at this little fun fair. But and I also don't have furniture that looks like this, so enjoyed this cosplay showcase video. It's not a very complicated costume and it's probably not one of my best, but maybe you found out something new. For example, how to make these shoes a little bit darker. Like, this was something I didn't know how to do in the beginning, so some unexpected things while I did this kind of simple costume. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Tell me if you like the character or if you are one of those who doesn't like the character at all. See you real soon. May the force be with you. Bye.